Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hello, art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss Sam, and I'm back with yet another video. Today, what are we gonna do today? Today, finally, what I'm finally gonna do is understanding the Shining part 22. Yeah, I think. Um, it's been a while. I know. I know it's been a while. It's been, hold on, when's the last time I made a video? It tells me right here. 2 months ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, my video production has like slowed to a crawl. And again, there's legitimate reasons for that. Um, one of those legitimate reasons is I am just tired, children. I am just freaking tired, and I just don't have as much free time as I used to have. I don't know if that's going to change after the new year. I still don't know, like, what my professional situation is going to be like after the first of 2025. Um, we shall see. I shall see. I missed you. I miss interacting with you guys so much. It's like it's even if I talk about it for too long, I might get emotional about it. So that's what I'm trying not to do. I'm gonna not try and not get emotional. I've just been, just like I probably said in the last video where I talked about the Ministry song "Thieves." Um, I've been overwhelmed all year. All year. I've been so overwhelmed, like physically and mentally, with work and my other, not just work, but my other responsibilities. And, whew, like I said, I wanted to work, and I sure did. This past year, 2024, has been full of work for me, and so much so that it really dipped into my like video making time. We shall see if that changes in January, or February. I don't know. I hope I still am working a lot because that means money. But I hope I want to work a lot, and I also want to work a lot in a way that I can also devote some time to this. So you guys, here we are again. I'm going to do I didn't do a coffee break video. I'm not doing a video about any other movie but The Shining this time. And maybe, like, I needed to put it down for a little while. Maybe I was getting burnt out on The Shining. I don't know. I really don't know. But I want to get back into it again. I got a comment recently. I got an email and it said somebody commented, like, when's part 22? And I said, okay, I guess if that's not my alarm clock to get me going and start in with this again, I don't know what is. It is the holiday season. It is December. I missed you for Halloween. I missed you for Thanksgiving. And here we are in December. It's the holiday season is more or less upon us. I'm making this video Saturday night, December 7th, very late at night. And it's the big one. All the winter holidays are coming up in December, and I've been busy cleaning the house. I'm gonna get a Christmas tree tomorrow. I've got to buy a handful of gifts. I don't buy too many gifts. For me, the most important thing about the holidays is the food. Thanksgiving ruined me. I never want to see turkey again as long as I live. It was dry. Ooh, it was dry. It needed a lot of gravy. But I hope you all have been doing well. I hope you all have not been like me and just like burnt out and just exhausted on this. I hope you all have been doing your own independent research and working on your own Kubrickology and what have you. I've been, of course I read all the time, so I have been thinking about stuff that is definitely related to what I believe Stanley was working on, his overall picture. I've been studying temple architecture. Okay, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing, like for fun. When I have a little time at like 2 in the morning after my whole day is over and the next day is beginning and I can't sleep. I just stay up and read about temple architecture or or analyzing, contemporary art. I might do a video about like Jeff Koons pretty soon. Um, I don't know. I don't know. And speaking of temple architecture, like I've been reading about just ancient temples, Egyptian temples, Greek temples, Mesopotamian temples, and I've been reading. I don't know if I will, but like maybe I want to get into like Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and yes, the Ark of the Covenant. That's one of the reasons why I was studying temple architecture. I wanted to know more about the absolutely famous first temple. Yeah, Solomon's temple. I want to know more about that. I want to know more about the Ark of the Covenant. I want to know more about what's going on. I want to know more about like how, in my opinion, now you don't have to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. It takes all kinds of people to make a world, but I believe that the Jewish people are trying to save the world, and I think the Ark of the Covenant is one of like the tools that was being used to do it. And like all of the legend and all of the lore around that, I want to know more about it. I think they were doing something revolutionary at that time in history, and it's still revolutionary to this day. So I need a reason to do research. I mean, I'm chit-chatting with you because I haven't talked at you for a long time. So like I'm just catching you up on what I've been kind of working on, but I think it is revolutionary. Something like the Ark of the Covenant, and all the other kinds of artifacts that are so famous. They're famous for a reason, and there's a lot going on. And I believe that Stanley, our dear, wonderful Stanley Kubrick, he understood that in a way that maybe none of us ever will, because his brain was so advanced and he was just so insightful about so many things in a way that, again, like I said, most of us may never ever really get to comprehend, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. So here we are again. You guys, if you want to support the channel, you don't have to pay me. You don't have to throw money at me. No, but you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. That's good enough. Just the fact that you're here watching, it means a great deal to me. Because, I mean, my little teensy weensy little channel, I've got, like, as you can see here, 1.16K subscribers. Not a lot. Not a lot. And I've been at this for a little while. I know that my material is very, what they call niche material. Yeah, it's for a very specific audience, very specific people who are into very specific things and thinking a very specific way. And if you're here, there's a really good chance you're my people. You're my people, and we're here together, like trying to figure out the secrets of the universe. And that can only be a good thing. We're all trying to work for the cause of good, I think, right? In each our own little way, individually. Right, so here we are, understanding the Shining, part 22. Okay, and last one was understanding the Shining, part 21, and that was this over here, and this is where we ended off last time over here. Here comes this is after. Okay, and I'm gonna have to like take a little break and put up the script in case I need to refer back to, the scripture of The Shining, the text of the screenplay. So I'll take a little coffee break and do that. And by the way, get your coffee. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to tell you. Please go get your coffee. Don't sit there listening to me without a cup of coffee in your hand. All right? That would just be, why would you do that? That's crazy. Go get a cup of coffee. Or tea, if you're English, or cocoa, or lemonade, or a Jack and Coke. Hey, if you know, you know. Well, the joke around here about Jack and Coke. But go get something to eat, drink, find a place to relax. or do your chores or whatever it is that you do when you listen to my videos, and like, you know, get your head together, get yourself in the mode, in the zone, and we're going to get into it. Okay, so this is where we left off in part 21, Understanding the Shining, part 21, which I titled Who Strangled Danny Torrance. I don't know. I asked the question not because I'm trying to be cute. No, I'm asking that question because I really don't know. I don't think any of us do it. If you've been riding with me for however long, ever since Understanding the Shining Part 1, like if you've been with me for that long, then you know that, like, I don't know. And maybe you don't know either. Like, we think we know. You think, you know, it was either Jack or it was the crazy lady, right? Her in the bathtub or whatever. I just don't know. Who strangled Danny Torrance? Now, Jack is in a huff because he had just had that thing with Wendy in the Colorado Lounge, and you know, he was having his bad dream, and Wendy wakes him up, and here comes Danny looking like he's been in a fight, and the bruises and the whatever, and then Wendy picks him up, and then she says, "Oh, what happened, Danny?" And then she says to Jack, "You did this to him. You did this, you son of a bitch. How could you? How could you?" And then she runs off with him. And we talked about, I think in this video, if I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, but in this part 21 video, we talk about how after that scene, after the Colorado Lounge thing, where Wendy accuses Jack of hurting Danny, in the part that's edited out of the movie, Wendy takes Danny back upstairs to their apartment and locks the door. And then Jack is trying to get in, and he can't get in because Wendy won't let him in. Okay, and then that's why he's here. All right, missing scenes or whatever. That's why Jack is in this hallway, acting crazy. Okay, on his way to the gold room. All right, and children. I don't know if I'm going to have anything to say, because, like, let me see how many slides I got. Hold on, let me transition over to this here. There it is. That's what you've been waiting for. Understanding the I hope I didn't misspell anything like a dum-dum. Understanding the Shining, part 22. Yeah. And this is our first slide. How many slides do we have? You know how long it took me to prepare this? I don't know if I broke my own record with this one, but there's a lot. Woo, there's a lot. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first slide. All right. And this is slide not 237, but 247. This is where we end up. All right. Now, this is the last one that we're going to look at today. And this is the first slide. Okay. First slide, and then 246 slides later, it's going to be that picture of Jack with the glass of Jack Daniels in his hand. All right, and a lot of this is just Stanley following Jack from the hallway. This 3-minute segment of the movie. So if you've never watched one of my videos about this, I do 3-minute segments, basically, not exactly, but like kind of analyzing The Shining frame by frame, just visually looking for little mistakes, or what people call continuity errors, what my buddy Richard Tankard of Tales Stashy coined the term. No, it's not continuity errors, it's continuity differences. They're not mistakes, they're deliberate. Stanley doesn't make mistakes, okay? But we look for those here. We look for continuity differences. Okay. And I don't know, like, when I was doing these slides, I was like, you know, I kept an eye, but I did these slides probably a month ago. I did this PowerPoint presentation probably about a month ago, and that with the intention, I probably did this around Halloween time. Okay, and I did it with the intention of making the video like the next day, but no, I needed to rest. I was pooped from work and whatever. And now here we are, Saturday, December 7th. Here we are. I'm finally doing it. But are we going to find any continuity differences in this 3-minute segment? I don't know. So I do 3-minute increments of the movie. Each video, each Understanding the Shining segment is 3 minutes. So I started with part 1. That was the first 3 minutes. And here we are at part 22. So 22 times 3, this is going to be the 60, up to the 66th minute of the video. All right. So we're going from minute 63 to minute 66. Exactly. On my copy of the movie. We're going up to minute 66. I don't know if that's significant in any way. But this is it. This is where we start off. Like Jack lumbering down the hallway in front of the gold room. All right? And yo, as an aside, I was talking about the Temple of Solomon, okay? And I'm extremely intrigued. Extremely intrigued. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I still... And I mentioned Raiders of the Lost Ark by Steven Spielberg, who was like pretty good with, from what I can tell. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But like Steven Spielberg and Stanley Kubrick were like pretty good. I think they were buddies. And Steven Spielberg took over the AI movie after Stanley Kubrick died. Stanley Kubrick was going to make that movie, but unfortunately, Mr. Kubrick passed on before he could do that, or really get into that project, and Steven Spielberg took it over. That tells me they were pretty good friends, right? And they were not just good friends, but like they were probably on the same wavelength, mentally and intellectually and stylistically and artistically and whatever. So, Raiders of the Lost Ark, like the box, the Ark of the Covenant in that movie, it might as well like have a role in the movie. It might as well be one of the actors in the movie, so to speak. Just like the axe might as well have a credit in the movie, like in The Shining. So where am I going with this and why? Are we entering some kind of, as far as the gold room is concerned, are we entering some kind of space that is meant to, at least structurally, at least the way the room is organized, is supposed to remind you of temple architecture, or the interior of the temple. Maybe not the exterior, I don't know, but the interior. And like the way that the temple is designed, where everything is placed and everything, each and every item, each and every location for everything has a special significance. Okay, is that what's going on with the gold room? There's a huge curtain in the gold room, y'all. We're about to see it when I get going. I'm going to have to take a coffee break, and I'm going to bring up the script when I'm on my coffee break. And I suggest if you haven't gotten your cuppa, that would be the time to do it. If I knew how to work YouTube like a pro, I would put like a commercial in or something, just like to give you a minute or two. Like, remember when we used to watch TV like decent people back in the day, and like commercial time was when you did all your stuff, you went and you used the bathroom, you went and you got your snacks and your drink, just enough time to like get back on the couch and continue with your program. But no, not here, not on YouTube. You can just pause the video. But yeah, like what's going on with the gold room? What is up with that enormous curtain that we're about to see? And when, by the way, the entrance that we're looking at here on the right hand side of the screen, these curtains, I mean, they're drawn, they're open, but like, here's a question. Why are they there? And it seems to me there's like 3 entrances, and I've had very rude commenters when I ask, like, okay, why do we need 3 doors? 3 doors to get to the main entrance of the Gold room. Why is one not enough? And somebody said something, they were real snarky and they said something about fire codes. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, fire codes, fire codes. If Stanley gave a damn about fire codes, like Richard Tankard of Tales Stashy pointed out, there would be no fireplace under the stairs in the Colorado Lounge, because that's an obvious fire code violation. Okay? All right? So no, Stanley does not really care about the real world and the way things are really done in the real world. Everything here is so that he can visually say something to you without using words. Okay, so here we are. We have, I think it's 3 entrances to get into the gold room here. And each one of these entrances is like French doors, transparent entrances, glass. And we have these curtains, these golden curtains that are open. I mean, why are they there? What I mean, you're gonna say, well, it's just a style. It's like the designer's choice, or okay, whatever. Like, but you do realize the designer is Stanley Kubrick. That's who is talking to you here. Not some interior design. No. Stanley Kubrick probably okayed every single last element. The carpet, the wallpaper, the moldings on the walls, these ashtrays, the mirrors, the couches. Look at this. Look. Each entrance has a couch in front of it. Sofa, whatever you want to call it. And the sofa just happens to be red. That's an incredibly important color in this movie. And this red, it sticks out in the color scheme of this hallway. I need to wash my glasses. Yes, I wear glasses, and they're filthy. So I was just looking. I said, "Why is this so foggy?" No, it's not foggy. My glasses are just dirty. Oh my God. Okay, but yeah, look at this. Look at this couch, red. I mean, like a cardinal, bright red color, or crimson or whatever. Very brilliant shade of red or vermilion, right? It just sticks out from the rest of the hallway. Carpet, wallpaper, ceiling, everything. It just doesn't make sense. I would never pick this color if I wanted it to blend in with the surroundings. I would never pick this bright red color. No. I would pick maybe a pink, something, or maybe gold, or maybe like a golden, like yellow or peachy color. Everything but red. Or blue. Of course not. Blue would be just garish in this hallway. But this is what Stanley is doing to us visually. He said it's almost like he's saying, take a look at this couch. Isn't it bright? Looks like it doesn't belong there. Yep. And then of course behind Jack on the wall is one of those grids of death, right? The black and white pictures that are just all over the hotel. Of the hotel's past, of past guests, of past parties, of whatever. Okay, those are creepy as hell, but they're always there. They're always there. Well, not always, but very frequently. They're in the background to remind you of something. Okay, all right. So here's Jack, and he's walking down the hallway. All right, he just had his big blowout fight with Wendy, and she accused him of strangling Danny. Okay, Wendy. All right. And look at this. This is interesting. The sash of this curtain is lower than this one. Really? Okay. And the curtains are golden colored. Okay. All right. And Jack is on his way down the hallway. And he's pissed. He's angry. He's super duper angry. And in front of every entrance, I think there's 3. We shall see. Maybe there's more. I don't know. I think there's 3 exactly, but whatever. In front of each entrance, there's a red couch in a niche in the wall, in this depression in the wall, and there's a mirror above the couch, and it's facing one of the doors. Okay, well that's interesting. And Jack is walking down the hallway on his way to the door that's open. So there's several doors, I think 3 total, but only one is open for him to walk through. Okay. All right. And look he does that thing with his arms. I tried to get every movement that I could. I tried to get, when I did these slides, oh people, I tried to get every motion that I possibly could that Jack was doing. And how he acts like a crazy person when he's walking down this hallway. What's going on? Why is he doing this? Yeah, look. Oh, I think I got this one. I wanted to get this one especially. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh. Oh, look at this. Like, what the hell, Jack? What are you smoking, buddy? Other than those Marlboros. Here he is. Like, he's having a fit. He's angry about something. It almost looks like, to me, you guys put it in the comments what you think it is, but to me it looks like I said, I think I've said this before, like you have an argument with somebody, or, it's either it's just a mild disagreement or it's like a real serious like fight, and you don't say what you really want to say at the time because you're holding back for some reason. And then later when you're by yourself and you're replaying the argument in your head, you say, "Oh, I should have said this. I should have said that." Yeah, you shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's too late. But maybe that's what Jack is doing here. I don't know. What do you guys think? So here we've gone past the first entrance, the second entrance, and now we're coming up, I think, on the third entrance, which is the one that Jack finally, oh Lord, walks into. Okay, he's still acting crazy now. Look at him. And this third entrance, there's no couch. Did you see this? It's a table. Okay. Let me see if there's a mirror. And Gershom, I'm trying to sound like somebody who's from Massachusetts so badly. But mirror. There is a mirror. Yes, there is. But there's no couch. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, there he is again. Like, look at him. Look at him. Look. I'm going back a couple slides. Like, look. Oh, look. He's, hey, ooh, Lord. Jack Nicholson just worked his ass off in this movie. He gave it his all. Look, oh, he's doing this thing again. It's like an aerobics class. My God. Look, ooh, Lord. Lord, yes. Just crazy. This is how you act when nobody can see you. And we're like, oh, Jack's crazy. Jack's a lunatic. Well, no, like a lot of people do this. When we know that nobody can see us. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Okay, so that over here is the first entrance. This is the second entrance. This is the third entrance. Is there four? Was I wrong? It looks like I was. Looks like I was wrong, children. Okay. All right, so and first and second entrance have the red couch and mirror in front of it. The third entrance, no, not a couch, but a table with these, I don't even know what this kind of thing is called. I know it's fake. I know it's not a living plant. It's something dry. And a mirror. Okay. Now what do we... And we're coming up to the sign that is in front of the gold room. And I remember doing these slides. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, children. Hold on. We're on our way. Okay, so this is the sign on an easel outside of the gold room. And it says, the gold room, the unwinding hours. And people have, I have a really good feeling that people have paid a great deal of attention to, like, the musical performers, the photographs on this sign, which is all good and well. No problem with that. But that's not what caught my eye. What caught my eye is the easel itself. It's gold, or it's, gold paint or whatever. And then this thing on it that I think you can see, my cursor circling it, that looks like some kind of artist's palette to me. I don't know about what you guys think, but that looks like an artist's palette to me. And what also drew my attention, let me go to the next slide. Here it is. These loop-de-loop things at the top of the thing, the poster, the sign. Look at, there's 7 diamonds, y'all. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diamonds. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. I'll just call them that. I don't know what else to call them. 7, eh? Seven's an important number in this movie, y'all. 7's an important number in a lot of Stanley movies. I pointed out the 7 in the barracks in Full Metal Jacket. I think it's like 7 like diamond shapes in 2001. Okay. I'm sure there's more. I just haven't like noticed them yet. But like, why is that there? And why is the painter's palette seems to be there. If maybe my glasses are just very dirty and it's not a palette at all. But I think it's a palette. And then these 7 diamonds and 7 loop-de-loops in the gold room, the unwinding hour. Okay. All right. So this is the fourth entrance. Which is interesting. Okay, and we don't get to see. Do we get to see if there's a couch in front of this entrance? A couch or a table? But whatever. He's making the turn. He's turning to his left to enter the gold room, and it's dark in there. There looks like there's some kind of light coming from behind the bar. I don't know what the source of that light is. Is it a night light? Is it I don't know. Is it just like the reflection of the light in the hallway reflecting on this sparkly wallpaper? I don't know. I don't know. But okay, he's walking through the door. The door is only one side of the door is open. Why is it open? Who opened it? That's my question. Because like there's no guests in this hotel. And there's nothing in this gold room that there's no reason for anybody to go in here. There's no party, there's no liquor, there's no food, there's no nothing, you know. So why is that door even open? Like, and who opened it? And oh my God, if I'm wrong, forgive me. But it seems to me like, okay, as we're looking at this on our left side, this left-hand side door of the gold room, this fourth entrance. So there's 4 entrances. That must be significant somehow, that number. But there's 4 of them, and then the 4th one is open, and the left-hand side of the door is open. Is that the same side of the door that was open in room 237? I might have to check. Because don't forget, room 237 is also a double door, right? So here he is, walking in. And he's about to switch the lights on. Okay. All right. He's about to switch the lights on. And I'm going to have to... Wait a minute now. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go back one couple of slides. I need to... I'm just noticing the carpet. What y'all think about this carpet? Let's go back like several. Like, what is up with this carpet? Like, the carpet in the hallway outside of room 237 is famous. The carpet inside of room 237, like with those phallic shapes, hello, that's not as famous as the hexagonal carpet in the hallway, but it's still pretty interesting. The carpet in this hallway doesn't really get as much press as those other 2 carpets, especially the hexagonal carpet outside of room 237. I don't know what to tell you. But, like, what's up with this carpet? It's these square, like, rounded squares. Okay. And the inside of the squares have, like, these decorations on the corners. Okay. What's going on? Again, this is a very 1970s kind of carpet. This is a disco carpet. So, whatever. But, okay, let's go back to this. Right? He's entering... Switching the lights on. Okay, there's 3 mirrors inside the gold room above the bar. Okay, and those mirrors are where they usually keep the liquor. There's shelves. Okay, that's where they keep... Oh, he's turned on another set of lights. Okay, that's where they keep the spirits. Okay, that's another word for liquor. That's another word for alcohol. Spirits. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Turn on the lights, Jack. Like that song by Beyonce, Sweet Dreams. Turn the lights on. Or turn the lights off. I don't know. I have to check the lyrics. But here we go. Okay, so it has 4... The gold room has 4 entrances. He's chosen the last one to walk in through. Why the last one? I don't know. Is that just because it's a cleaner line? It's easier for him to get from that door to the bar? I don't know. Because he could have walked in through those first 3 doors, any one of them, but he chose this one. Okay, so he's turned the lights on. He's walking in. Here we are inside the gold room, and this, again, sparkly golden, um, whatchamacallit, wallpaper, right? It looks like a Byzantine mosaic. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you guys, and if I haven't, that's okay. I'm mentioning it now. Um, in mosaics from that time period, the Byzantine, a gold background meant, like, if usually it's a Christian image, especially, in Europe, in Italy, like when the Emperor Justinian was doing his thing, um, a golden background. What the message was behind that, the meaning behind a golden background, was that whatever you're looking at, whatever scene you're looking at, from, the life of Christ or whatever, the gold background tells you, it's meant to tell you that whatever you're looking at is God's plan. And not just God's plan, like it was part of God's plan before he even created Adam, before God ever created Adam. So the scene you're looking at with the golden background is not dependent on space, time, gravity, the laws of physics, nothing. It's all part of God's plan, and you have nothing to say. Okay, don't question it. Don't question it. Don't try to make sense of it. No, you don't. That's not your place as a mere mortal to try to make sense of that scene that's being presented to you with the gold background. That's part of God's plan, utterly and completely and entirely. Is that maybe Stanley aware of that? I don't know. I just don't know. But okay, so we have this. And he's walking in, and I'm going to have to take a coffee break because there's some commotion. But he's walking in, and we're going to talk about more stuff. Okay, we're going to talk about these tables, the couch, the everything, the gold wallpaper. I'm going to bring up the script. So now's a good time, kids, to go and get yourself a coffee or replenish your cup of coffee or whatever beverage you're consuming for the duration of this video. So let me go get my cup of coffee and bring up the script and whatever, and I shall return. Hold on 1 second. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And like I told you, like I promised I would get the script up, and here it is, just in case we need it. Hope you got your coffee or your drink or your snack or whatever. I did this, and I took a bathroom break, and I got a little sip of coffee, and let's get right back into it, okay? Here we go. Here's Jack. He just walked into the gold room, okay? And turned the lights on. Everything but these main chandeliers in the center of the room, which is interesting. And, like, what's going on with this room? Where are we? Okay, what's going on with this room? Let me go to the next slide. He's walking in, and he's doing the same walk, mind you, that Wendy, Jack, Ullman, Watson were doing when they, on closing day, when Ullman was giving them a tour of the hotel. He's walking in through the same door. He's walking in taking the same path as they took on closing day towards the bar. And if you remember, on closing day, these little lights on each of these green tables, they were not there. That I can tell you for sure. Those lights were not there. Those little crystal ball looking lights on each of the green tables just weren't there. Where did they come from? Why are they there? Is that another indication that what we're seeing isn't really happening? I don't know. I just don't know. But they're there now. They weren't there before. I don't know what was going on with the bandstand in the back. Look at this bandstand, by the way. Let me see if we can get a better look at it. Okay, cool. But look at the bandstand. Look at it. There's the little stage. That's what I call the bandstand in the background. And it too is covered in this, like, golden paper, sparkly paper. I think it's paper. Maybe it's not paper. Maybe it's vinyl. Maybe it's, I don't know. But there it is. And it's got the steps for, like, I guess the different musicians and their instruments. I assume the drummer is in the back, like always. But look at the very back wall of the stage, the bandstand. What are these arches here? What the hell is that? I can't answer that question because I don't know. But what in the world is it? And here's another freaking question. Why are these chairs pulled out? Why are they not pushed in? This is very rude. I don't know about y'all. I know I have international viewers. I know I have people in Europe, all parts of Europe, looking at my videos about, and because there's plenty of you in Europe, in Portugal, in England, and all kinds of places, Holland, also known as the Netherlands. Hello Delta, hello Anno Domini, who look at my video, and I don't know what they teach y'all in school when you're little children, but here in America, oh, it was just a cardinal sin to get up from your desk in school when you were a little child and not push your chair back in. That was considered very, very rude. We were always, at least in my school, when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, little girl. Oh my goodness, it was unthinkable, absolutely unthinkable to get up from your table in school and not push your chair in behind you. I don't know if they do that because my family, my relatives are not from the United States, and none of them push their chair back in when they get up. Me, the person who was born and raised and educated in the United States, I always push my chair in religiously, devoutly. But my relatives who are not from America, oh no, oh they couldn't care less about whether or not that chair is pushed in. See, this to me, my OCD has been activated. I wish I could step into this picture and push all of these chairs in, because this is chaos. All of these chairs just what? Oh no, 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 absolutely ridiculous. And you might make the argument that with the chairs pulled out, that makes it easier to vacuum. Oh no. No, you know what would make it the very best and the very easiest to vacuum the carpet? Turning the chairs upside down and putting them on the table. That's what you do if you want to have easy access to the floor under the table, so you could pass by there with the vacuum cleaner. But this, very rude, very rude, unacceptable. In my school, you would get punished for doing this. That's why it's a habit now for me. I always push my chair in, no matter what. Even, no, it doesn't matter what's going on, under what circumstances, it doesn't matter. I push my chair in like a decent human being. I don't know, let me know in the comments. But look at these arches. 2 of them. Not 1, but 2. Oh, Lord Jesus in heaven. Okay, I just had a realization. I was talking about the Ark of the Covenant a couple of minutes ago. Okay, about like 40 or so minutes ago. I don't know. And what's supposed to be inside of the Ark of the Covenant, according to what I've read. Now, I'm not an expert. No. I'm not a Bible expert. I'm not a history expert. I'm not a religion expert. Nothing. But from what I've read, what's supposed to be inside, in the box, the Ark of the Covenant? The 2 tablets upon which are inscribed the 10 Commandments given to Moses by God himself. Moses climbs up to the top of Mount Sinai and he meets with God, and then God gives him the 2 stone tablets inscribed or engraved with the laws of God, the 10 Commandments, and Moses comes back down the mountain with those 2 tablets. And these, oh my goodness. I thought I was like, I've told you, if you've been with me for any amount of time, I very frequently question my own sanity. I do. I just do. And when I have an idea, it pops into my head. I say, okay, wait a minute, Miss M. I say to myself, that's a little far-fetched. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. But at the same time, I question my own logic. I question my own sanity. I say, well, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm going too far. Maybe I'm just, like I said, batshit slap up the wall crazy. What do you think? Is this part of the room? This bandstand, this stage portion? Is this what Stanley is trying to tell us? Or is he unconsciously trying to tap into all of our unconscious? We're all aware of the Bible. We're all aware of the Old Testament. We're all aware of the story of Moses and the Ten Commandments. And we're all aware, well, maybe not all of us. Oh, actually, let me take that back partially. A lot of people are not aware. A lot of people couldn't care less about the Ark of the Covenant. A lot of people, maybe they're aware of it, maybe just because they watched Indiana Jones, but maybe a lot of people have no idea what it is or like the significance, why it's so important. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, but like, how could you not? Especially if you're either a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or whatever. Like, how could you not be aware of the Ark of the Covenant? How could you not be aware of Moses? And, um, that whole, like, thing, that whole story, but, like, there's two of them. Two of these long arches that look an awful lot like, like the shape of a stele. Or, also, or something like a tombstone. That's what the Ten Commandments were inscribed on. If you want a like visual image of something to look up where you can see what a stele would have looked like, look up the Code of Hammurabi, and and you'll find that on the Google search, and you'll see what it looks like. That's a stele, and it's tall and narrow, but not too narrow, and there's all the writing on it, and at the top there's a picture all chiseled into it, and it's shaped very similarly to this. The Code of Hammurabi is a set of laws, very similar to the Ten Commandments. It's a set of only 10 of them, but they're very important, and you're supposed to follow them. You're not supposed to, if you're devoutly religious, you're not supposed to violate any of those laws, because those are not the laws of human beings. No, that's not the law of man. That's the law of God. And here they are, and this golden sparkly thing. So that's supposed to be what's inside the Ark of the Covenant. And the manna thing, the what is it called? The device or whatever it was that produced manna. Oh my goodness, where are we going with this and why? I have no idea, but I know it's something. So is this the Sanctum Sanctorum? Is that what Stanley is? And again, I don't think that Stanley is being sacrilegious. No, I wouldn't. I don't think. I mean, I don't know if he was an atheist or, I know he was raised in a Jewish household, so he knew religion. He was probably aware of all of this stuff, but I don't think he's being like disrespectful. But he's trying to make us think about something. He's trying to make us think in a certain direction, in a certain way. He's pointing us in a certain direction. That is my feeling. That is my suspicion. Oof. I don't know, you guys. I just blew my own mind. I never noticed these arches. Look. Let me see. Yes, look. Look, look, look. Look at this. And there's lights. Okay, let me take one slide back. There's these rows of lights on the ceiling. I don't know exactly where they're coming from, but they're lights. And then there's these sconces that are all over the hotel with the two like candle-shaped lights and the light bulbs that look like little candles, little flames. Okay. and those are the lights, and then the light behind the bar. The bar itself lights up where they keep the liquor. Okay, but this stage and these chandeliers in the middle, which would illuminate the stage at least somewhat, those are shut off, and there don't seem to be any lights right above the stage or on the stage. I mean, I don't know. Like, why would there be no lights on the stage? I don't see any light bulbs. I don't see any chandelier directly above the stage. I see like lights in front of the stage. Is that a dance floor? Is the floor illuminated? But I don't know. Everything but the stage is like lit or has light above it or whatever. Ugh. Like it, not like Solomon's temple. I'm not sure about that. But in ancient temples, in the Greek temple, for example, the cella or the naos, Naos, that was where they kept the cult statue of whatever deity that temple was dedicated to, whatever god, whether it was Athena or Jupiter or whatever. The naos was a dark room in the center, more or less, of the temple, or like not maybe even center, but in some cases like at the back, but still centrally located. There was no light there. It was where the cult statue, the statue of whatever deity was being worshipped, that's where it was, but there was no lights and nobody was allowed in there. Okay? Is there a parallel between that and this? And there's a piano. There's no other musical instruments. There's no drum set. There's no nothing. There's no amps. I'm thinking about like a rock concert. Where are the amps? But no, there's like there's no musical instruments. There's no stand for the sheet music. Nothing. Nothing. There's just a piano. I don't know what and there's a piano in the Colorado Lounge too. Oh my. I don't know what to think. I cannot ignore these arches. And again, the stage or the bandstand is also like covered in this golden material, this vinyl or paper or whatever it is. And now he's kind of bowing his head as he walks past. Look at the, ooh, wait a minute now. Yeah, his head was, look, it was higher up, and as he walks past, it dips down. Okay. All right. See these arches in the back? Oh my God, what is going on? Help me, people. Help me. What are we looking at? What is Stanley trying to tell us? Oh, and then look at this curtain. I don't know if Delta like took this room apart. Again, I haven't been keeping up with anything. I've just like dropped completely off. But oh, look at this curtain. What is behind this curtain? What's going on? I just simply don't know what to think. And this is the doors to enter the rest, what we call in the United States restrooms, the toilet rooms. Okay, the men's and the ladies' room. Okay, and then there's this weird thing over here that I'm circling with my cursor. Is that a little step ladder? Psh, I don't know. I do not know. And then there's these red couches. And then there's the what, I don't know what you call this thing. Oh my God, like the velvet rope, the cordon or whatever, separating like this area of the gold room where the couches are, and then this area over here where the tables and chairs are. Why do they need to be separated with the cordon or the velvet rope? I don't know. I don't know. It makes no sense. Maybe just for organization, so people don't run into each other. I don't know. I don't know how these kind of places work and what is the rationale behind certain choices. I have no idea. But again, I can't get over these arches. I never noticed this. I always do these videos. If you've been riding with me, I do these videos. I start off, I get my slides together. That takes me a little time. And then, I do the slides very mechanically. I try not to think about it, just so I have 247 in this collection. That's a lot. So I need to do it mechanically and quickly so I can get through that task of doing it. And I'm not really looking for anything. Of course, I look at them while I'm doing them, but I'm not like thinking very deeply. And then when I switch on my recorder and I go through them with you here, you're hearing me have my realizations. I have never noticed these arches in the back of the stage, in the wall at the back of the stage. I never ever noticed that. What the hell is it? What is it for? Is it for acoustics? What is the purpose of that? And, like, why? I never noticed that. You know how many times I've watched this movie? Many, many times. And you know how many times I've like looked through this movie, like analyzing it? Not watching it, but just looking at different scenes of the movie, different frames of the movie. Many, many times. And I've never noticed that. My goodness. And I've noticed this curtain, mysterious. What's behind the curtain? Why is it there? What? I know people can do. It's not a continuity difference. This curtain has been there since the first time we saw this room in this movie, but why is it there? What's behind there? Does that lead to the kitchen? And if it does lead to the kitchen, why is there just the curtain is covering just a great big empty space in the wall? Okay, why? And you know why I'm concentrating on the curtain. If you know anything about, again, temple architecture, temple design, you know why I'm concentrating on the curtain. Behind the curtain is where they keep the ark. That's the Holy of Holies. That's the Sanctum Sanctorum. What side of the curtain are we on? Is the gold room itself the Holy of Holies? Is this over here, this bandstand, is this the Ark of the Covenant area? Is this, maybe not the Ark itself, but where they would keep it or whatever? Or is the bar that the actual Ark or supposed to represent the, ooh, okay, let me keep going. And why do I say bar? Because that's where you keep the spirits. That's where we keep in a bar, whether it's in a public place, like an actual like bar, or a hotel, or a cafe, or whatever. Like that's where you keep the alcohol. And like I said, another word for alcohol is spirits. And the Ark of the Covenant, like the lid of the box, that's where the presence of God is. When God sees fit to be there. That's the spirit of, I guess, God. And he's approaching. Now, look at this. He's approaching. He's approaching. He's approaching. Oh, and the thing is, your eye is glued to Jack as he's walking through this room. Okay? And he's approaching. He's getting closer to the bar. And you don't notice anything around him. Because you're like, okay, what is he going to do next? You don't notice these arches. Like, I never noticed these. Look at them over here. Oh, these arches. Now I know about them. Now I got to deal with them. But, okay. So he's approaching the bar, walking towards the bar. The bar has its own set of lights. Not only is the area behind the bar surrounding these three mirrors lit, but like there's a strip of light going down the length of the bar itself. I guess maybe that just makes it easier to see for the bartender, like mixing drinks in a dim room like this. This place is like a club. This place is like Las Vegas. Like they or like any place where there's gambling, any kind of casino. There's no windows. So you don't, like, if you're in there for a long time, you lose track of time and you don't know whether it's night or day. You don't know what time it is if you don't have a watch or a phone and you'd look at what time. No, because you can't see the sun or the moon or anything. There's no window. Why, again, with this freaking hotel and all these damn windowless rooms at the Overlook Hotel? Why are there so many windowless rooms? Including the, not the Colorado, I'm sorry, no. Um, Well, definitely the rooms across the hall from room 237, those are windowless rooms. Several rooms on the floor in the area where the caretaker apartment is, where Jack and Wendy live. Plenty of windowless rooms there. Um, and now we have the gold room. No windows. Unless that's what this is. I doubt it. But this curtain over here, no way that's a window. No way. Absolutely not. And then you have, again, the bar. Hold on. And you have these mirrors behind the bar reflecting over here, and you can see the entry doors in the reflection of these mirrors, which is interesting. Okay. And there he's getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the bar. And I'm just wondering if we need to pay attention to these mirrors. Is like there's something maybe going on in these mirrors. Oof. Okay, so there's Jack's reflection in the mirror over here, right above the cash registers. Interesting. Um, Okay, no liquor, no nothing, no Lloyd yet. And how many chairs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. Um, he's getting closer to the bar. And now here he is. Okay, look. Look, and you can see the arches here again. Why are they there? And there's only 2 of them, not 3. I mean, I would expect 3. Something in my unconscious mind would make me expect 3 arches. No, there's only 2, as far as I can tell. All right. Like, whatever. Okay, so here's the bar. Here's the sink behind the bar. Here's the tap for the beer. Here's the shelves where they would normally keep the bottles of liquor. There's the cash register. The chandeliers that are not turned on. Ah, the background. Okay. All right. And he's looking. Look at him. Look at him. He puts his hands on the bar. Okay. And he leans forward and he looks over the bar. Wait a minute. Hold on. He's looking for something. We don't know what he's looking for because he doesn't say what he's looking for. He just looks for it. Look at him. He just turned his head. Okay, he's looking. He's looking to his left over there. Interesting. What is he looking for? Maybe the same thing I just now thought to look for. Oh, now he's bowing his head. Wait a minute. Okay, so he's looking over there, and then, oh, what is this? What is this? What is he looking at now? He's what in the world is he looking at? And or what is he looking for? That's crazy. You know what I'm looking for? I don't know if it's the same thing Jack is looking for. How does Lloyd get back here? How does the bartender get behind this bar? Because I don't see any opening in the bar where the bartender could walk through and take his position. I don't see anything like that. Now wait a minute. Let me look at it again. I'm going back a couple of these slides. Look, where does Lloyd walk through? Where is the door that Lloyd comes into? Maybe I'm gonna have to look at the bar from another angle. But yeah, look at this. Like, how does he, is there some, I know usually like there's a piece of this top part that lifts up and then this opens over here, maybe, but it looks pretty tight to me. But I don't know. Okay, let's get back to, there's Jack. He just sat down. Okay, he was looking for something. What was he looking for? Liquor? Maybe that's the assumption because he's an alcoholic, and allegedly, and he's looking for something to drink. But there's nothing there. Why would he look? What's his face? Ullman already told them that they clear all the alcohol out of the place for insurance reasons. So why is he even looking? That would be stupid. Okay, now he looks weary. He looks tired. Look, he's putting his hands on his face. He looks exhausted. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, poor Jack. He's been through a lot. His wife just accused him of strangling the child. Now, the door he just walked in through is right behind, to our left. That's the door he just walked in through. And all the other doors are closed. Okay. And then there's the lights, the chandeliers. Okay, so the door that he just walked in through, there doesn't seem to be a couch. You see, like those first two entries, they're in front of the first two doors that he walks past, there's a red couch. The second two doors, no couch. Yes, mirrors, but no couch. Okay, so what are we looking at here? And you know my theory about the vents. And wherever there's a vent, that means that what you're seeing isn't real, or the scene that you're seeing is part of somebody's imagination and not the real world of the movie. Okay, so there's a little vent back here. I think. I know this is not a very sharp picture. Hold on, let me brighten it. I think this is a small air vent over here. It's hard to see, and I'm not 100% sure, but the pattern like this, it's different from the rest of the paper or the vinyl or whatever on the wall. So I don't know. Whatever you guys think, tell me. There's a vent here. So what we're seeing, what we're about to see, is it real? I don't know. And Jack is just tired, weary, exhausted. He's been through it. Again, Wendy accused him of something heinous. And whether or not he did it, we just don't know. We can't be sure because he's not alone in that hotel. My theory is he's not alone in more ways than one. Like, he's not alone. Wendy is there with him. She's the other adult with him in the hotel. But like, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's the only people like in the hotel with them. Jack and Wendy and Danny, and that's the only people in the hotel. But all those plants all over the place, are those listening devices? I don't know. I just don't know. But okay, so here he is, right? He's weary. He's tired. He's saying something. I think he's saying something during this scene, right? This is look at it, you guys. This is the famous part. This is the iconic, legendary, famous part of this movie where, actually, let me back it up and start all over again. We switch from this to this. All right, and then we have Jack Nicholson doing his magic portray, and he's saying something here. He's talking about beer. Okay, look at this. He's stretching out his face with his hands. Okay, he's got that iconic Jack Nicholson, teeth. Oh, and the eyebrows. Okay, look at this. Turning his head to the left. Can't see nothing, nobody. Turning his head back to the center. And this is the part where he says a little slowed, isn't it? I'll look at the script. The script is important. So, look. Oh, here it comes, y'all. Here, you better not give me a copyright strike. This is not these are screenshots. Oh yeah, see? It goes from this to this. Slow-mo. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Look at him. Mouth wide open. Oh my goodness. And like the build up to this, he says, he tells his little joke. He says, a little slow tonight, isn't it, Lloyd? And he just bursts out laughing like it's the funniest thing he's ever heard in his life. Oh, Jack. Okay. Okay, so then, oh, looky. There's Lloyd. Okay? Ay. And a fully stocked bar. A fully stocked bar with all these bottles, all the spirits. Okay, glasses, wine glasses, champagne glasses, old-fashioned glasses, glasses for shots and things like that. I don't think that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't been alive for that long. I'm not young anymore, but I'm not old as dirt either. But, like, they didn't really do shots back in the day like they do now, like at bars. They would pour like you see here, like what's about to happen here. They would pour your liquor into a glass, and you would drink it like a decent human being, slowly, from a glass, not just throw it back with a shot. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think that's the classier option, and this is a classy place. Only the best people stay here. So I doubt they would be doing shots. But what do I know? Look at all the different kinds of liquor, though. Look at all, I mean, they've got a lot of different kinds of liquor. And some of these brands, you can tell, like, which ones they are just by looking at them. Like, this over here, this is obviously Tanqueray, and this next to it is obviously Beefeater. But like a lot of these brands, I have no idea. This looks like Maker's Mark over here. This looks like a bottle of Cointreau. But like a lot of these, I just don't know what they are. Or maybe they're obsolete. Maybe the company doesn't exist anymore and I've never even heard of them. But like there's a lot of bottles. There's a lot of bottles. Like how does Lloyd or whatever bartender like keep track of all of these? My goodness. Okay, so there's Lloyd dressed in a jacket that is the exact same color as the look at the exact same color as the color jacket that Jack is wearing, that burgundy red. Okay, Lloyd's is a little bit fancier. He's a bartender at a fancy hotel after all, but he's dressed. And there's Lloyd, and the man who played him, really good actor. Only the best for Stanley. Very good actor. Joseph, I think his name was Joe Turkel. Really interesting man. Really interesting face. He was not, like I keep saying, Joe Turkel was not an unattractive man, but like the way they lit his face in this movie, like when he walks up to the bar, they make him look absolutely ghoulish, like terrifying. Okay, so he's walking up to the bar, right? And look at the way he puts his hands on the bar. This is not like, this is like a kind of a dominant, or a dominating body language thing. Look at him. He's like, okay, wait a minute. Is Lloyd married? Oh, it looks like he is. Does that look like a wedding ring to you over here? Looks like a wedding ring to me. But let me check. Let me go back. You can't see it very well because it's very dim. But oh my God, Lloyd is a married man. Or he might be, if I'm right. Okay? So, he walks up to the bar, and I think what he says is, like, what'll it be, Mr. Torrance? Okay? And then here's Mr. Torrance. All right? And I looked at these windows, or the doors, rather, behind him. I don't see anything suspicious. You guys tell me if you see anything suspicious. Okay? But I kept an eye on this whole thing. I wanted to make sure. Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how he narrows his eyes. Like, wow. And I'm gonna go over the dialogue at the end. I'm gonna go over the. Oh, I got the script ready, so I'm gonna cue it up to this part of the movie. But like, whatever he's about to say. Look at these. Oh, look at these eyes. My goodness. Whatever he's about to say is very important. And like that's most. Look at most of this scene, this 3-minute segment of the movie that I'm showing you now. It's mostly like after he sits down at the bar, and like even in the hallway, it's mostly just Jack Nicholson working his face. Working the living hell out of his own face. All of those facial expressions, his very animated, very sharp, very expressive face, and expression after expression after expression. Look at this. No two facial expressions are alike. His facial muscles must have been extremely. Look at this. He goes from this to this in a heartbeat. His face must have been so tired after he was done working this scene. And Lloyd's face barely moves, but Nicholson. Oh, look at how much he's. Look at how much he's how much he's moving his head. His hair is shaking. Look at the shake of that little shaggy hairdo. Like his little receding hairline hairdo. But like there's all that shag in the back because, it was the late 1970s. But wow, look at his hair shaking like crazy. He's barely moving his head. Like I can't get over this, you guys. Look at this. 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 He's barely like moving his head. He's not like shaking his head like a dog that's trying to dry off. No, but something is making that hair shake. But and look at this maniacal look on his face. This is not normal. I mean, there's people who have very expressive faces. Yes, there are. There's definitely people like that. I might be one of them. People have told me that they can see me thinking. So there's that. But like, I hope I'm not like this. Oh, see? Look at this. Look at this. And I was like doing these slides, people. I'm just showing this to you. I was doing these slides. Oh, see? Look at the difference between one frame and the other. Like he moves his face and his head so drastically throughout this thing. But anyway, I'm going to show you a picture of who I think, of who reminds me of Jack. Not who Jack reminds me of, Jack Torrance, but who reminds me of Jack, because one came before the other. Jack Torrance came before this other person, this other character. Okay, and that might, these film directors, they communicate with each other, and the reason I'm just like kind of bopping through these slides is because oh my God, it's a whole, oh Lord, you know how many slides I have to go through before we get to Lloyd again? Like, it's crazy. But I'll show you who reminds me of Jack. Look at his face. Intense. Because like there's nothing really to analyze here. Unless I'm mistaken. Unless I'm like, nothing is really going on in the background. These doors are what they are. The curtains are what they are. The chandelier in the hallway, these sconces, these crystal ball lights on the tables, they are what they are. They're not moving, they're not changing. Because the camera in all of this, all of the slides that I'm going through of all of Jack Nicholson's wild facial expressions, the camera is firmly focused on Jack Nicholson's face. It's not moving. So there's like no time for Stanley to do any funny business like he does in the Colorado Lounge, where that chair and table appear and disappear behind him when he's sitting at his writing desk in the Colorado. No, there's no opportunity for that here, because this camera, during this segment, this sequence of all of Jack Nicholson's facial expressions and his hair wagging and all the thing, it's not like the camera cuts away and then cuts back. No, so there's nothing for me to analyze in the background that I haven't already talked about in this video, right? But his facial expressions are wild. Look at this. Like, we see this movie. Look, Jesus Christ. Look at this. From one frame to another. That's dramatic. I mean, that's the word for it, I guess. Dramatic, theatrical. He's just doing, like, what the young people say nowadays. Jack Nicholson was just doing the most in this scene. He really was. In the scene where he's verbally abusive to Wendy in the Colorado lounge, when she comes in and says, "Oh, have you written anything yet? Or, maybe I can come back later with a couple of sandwiches and you can let me read whatever you wrote." Like, he's pissed at her. He's annoyed, but his face doesn't move all that much. Even when he's really mad at her and cussing her out, he doesn't move his face that much. But here, oh Lord, it talking to Lloyd? Oh my God. Look at I'll do it again. Look. I'm going backwards. Okay, so we go from this to this. From this to oh my goodness. I'm half expecting to see like jazz hands. Ooh. Look it. I can't get over it. Oh, there. Ooh. My God. I caught some good moments, didn't I? Okay. All right. And here's Lloyd. Look, Lloyd doesn't move an inch. Lloyd doesn't move, not an inch, a millimeter. Lloyd is like a statue. Okay? Look. This is Lloyd's reaction. Okay, he moves his mouth to talk, but that's about it. And okay, now he's moving a little bit, but that face is good and solid. Like, it's okay, so he's turning around to go get the bottle, the hair of the dog. Was it the hair of the dog? Or is that the next time he comes in? I don't know. But he's turning around to get the bottle of liquor from the shelf on the bar. Okay. He's picking it up. He's getting it. Okay. He's getting. He grabbed a glass. Okay, and his Lloyd's movements are very measured and slow and deliberate. Okay. Jack, he's just all over. Like I said, he's just doing the most. And here he is. Okay, and this is the wallet part of it, right? I'm gonna have to take another coffee break, so hold on, kids. Do I want to get through this? Yeah, I'll pause here and I'll be right back. I need another coffee break. This is gonna probably turn out to be a long video, and I'm gonna also bring up on the search an image of the person that reminds me of Jack Torrance. So hold on. That's what you have to look forward to when I come back from my coffee break. So hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I had to move to the kitchen. So I hope you can't hear my refrigerator running. If you yes, it is running. If you're wondering, but if you can hear the refrigerator running, I apologize. But here we are. Okay, and I said before I took my little coffee break that I would tell you or show you who reminds me of Jack Torrance, and here it is. Boop. He reminds me so much. Like, so much of Mr. Torrance in The Shining. I just look at him. The hair, the outfit, very similar aesthetic going on. Was the author of No Country for Old Men, was he inspired by The Shining? Was he inspired by the Jack Torrance character? Is that what he had in mind when he wrote the Anton Chigurh character? I don't know, but they look a little too similar visually to me for me to like just ignore it. I can't ignore this. This is no, I can't. I just cannot ignore this. And I said I was gonna cue up the script to like the point that we're dealing with in the movie now, these 3 minutes that we're talking about. Let me just find Lloyd. Halloran, Danny, Halloran, Danny, Halloran. Okay, and this is like not a very dialogue heavy movie. You know. Okay, so we're getting there. Hold on. We've done a lot in this movie. I'm thinking like we've gotten through a lot of this movie. We're not done. No, but like we're just starting, like we're starting with the interesting part, right? Okay, I had the most terrible nightmare. Okay, we're getting there. Hold on. Okay. So, okay, you did this to him, you son of a bitch. Okay, all right. Wendy went. Okay, hotel. Here we go. Interior hotel bathroom corridor, MLS. Whatever. Jack enters cam L in BG, I guess background, and walks forward. Camera tracks back before him. He mutters and flings his arms about. He stops and looks at notice on trestle. The gold room. Jack moves left to right into entrance of ballroom. He reaches out, cam left, and switches on lights. Then moves away to lit bar in background. Okay, this is all like stage direction. Jack walks left to right across ballroom. Camera tracks and pans with him to bar. Or Jack leans over counter and looks down. And then here's the dialogue, the speech. Jack says to himself, God? Okay. All right. Like we were just talking about God a minute ago. All right. God, I'd give anything for a drink. And Jack sits down and puts his hands up to his face. My goddamn soul, just a glass of beer. Okay, and then Jack, with his hands up to his face, he lowers his hands and looks, and lowers hands to the bar and smiles. Hi, Lloyd. Jack looks cam right, then back at camera. A little slow tonight, isn't it? And then he laughs. Jack laughs. And then we cut to Lloyd standing behind bar, and Lloyd says, yes, it is, Mr. Torrance. All right, Lloyd moves forward. Camera tracks back, revealing Jack seated at bar. What'll it be? So that's Lloyd says to Jack, what'll it be? And then we cut to Jack, and he says, now I'm awfully glad you asked me that, Lloyd, because I just happen to have 2 20s and 2 10s right here in my wallet. I was afraid they were going to be there until next April. So here's what. You slip me a bottle of bourbon, a glass, and some ice. You can do that, can't you, Lloyd? You're not too busy, are you? Okay, 2 10s and 2 20s. 2 20s and 2 10s, so that's 40. And 20, that's 60. And he mentions the month of April. I'm going to have to think about that at some other time, but something tells me it's significant. And he says, slip me a bottle of bourbon. My mind goes straight to, like, the Bourbons of France. Oh, hold on. Oh, my God, hold on. Just a second. Okay, the damn heater just switched on, and I tried to turn it off just at the nick of time, but I got there a little too late. I'm sorry. It shouldn't take long for it to, like, do its thing and switch off. So, anyway, I said bourbon, Bourbon. I have to look up the Bourbons. Anyway, you can do that, Lloyd. You're not too busy, are you? And Lloyd says, no, sir, I'm not busy at all. And then we just saw Lloyd turns away to bottles of shelf, and Jack says, good man. And then Lloyd turns with bottle and glass to counter, and Jack says to Lloyd, you set 'em up and I'll knock 'em back, Lloyd, one by one. What the hell? I know he's talking about drinks, but like, who is Lloyd? Lloyd is obviously a reflection of Jack. Okay? But, like, this dialogue is important and interesting, and I don't have the time to analyze it now, but I did think that it was important for me to, like, show it to you. So it's got to be in the back of your mind when we're looking at these pictures. So I'll stop there and I'll come back to this. Now, here we are. Okay. And is this the point? Like, yeah. Jack looks, yeah, Jack, okay, good. My heater's switched off. But Jack, like, this is the point where I think Jack reaches back. He reaches back to his back pocket to get his wallet. So Jack is sitting at bar. Lloyd puts bottle and glass down on bar. Lloyd puts ice in glass and fills it from bottle. And Jack says, "White man's burden, Lloyd, my man. White man's burden." And then Jack looks at his wallet and then at Lloyd. And Jack says, "Say, Lloyd, it seems I'm temporarily light." And he laughs. Jack laughs. And Jack says, "How's my credit in this joint anyway?" And Lloyd says, "Your credit's fine, Mr. Torrance." And then Jack says, "That's swell. I like you, Lloyd. I always liked you. You were always the best of them. Best goddamn bartender from Timbuktu to Portland, Maine. Or Portland, Oregon, for that matter." And then Lloyd says, "Thank you for saying so. Thank you for saying so." So Lloyd thinks that Jack's full of shit. Thank you for saying so. That's how I interpret that line. Okay. And then Jack looks at his glass and he says, "Here's to 5 miserable months on the wagon and all the irreparable harm that it's caused me." He drinks and lowers his glass, then looks at Lloyd. Jack sitting at bar, Lloyd behind bar. And then Lloyd says to Jack, "How are things going, Mr. Torrance?" And then Jack says, "Things could be better, Lloyd. Things could be a whole lot better." And Lloyd says, "I hope it's nothing serious." And Jack taps on the bar and Lloyd fills up his glass. And Jack says, "No, nothing serious." Okay, so being accused of strangling your child is nothing serious. And then Jack says, "Just a little problem with the old sperm bank upstairs." And then he laughs. "Nothing that I can't handle, though, Lloyd. Thanks." And Lloyd says, "Women. Can't live with 'em, can't live without 'em." And Jack over Lloyd points finger at Lloyd. "Words of wisdom, Lloyd. Words of wisdom." Jack drinks, then swirls drink around in glass, putting glass down on counter. Okay, now let me go back to the slides. I don't know if we get past this. So this is where he says, he's about to pour him the drink, and Jack says, "Oh, I'm temporarily light." So those 2 20s and those 2 10s adding up to $60. Apparently, they're not really there. And what I always wondered about this scene, and I'm just scooching through this for you. There it is, Jack Daniels. See, have I already discussed the Jack Daniels in the context of my theory about The Shining? If I haven't, I will. But Jack is reaching for his wallet, and what I've always wondered about this scene is why the hell Jack is walking around the hotel with his wallet in his back pocket. He is essentially at home. And I know that men carry their wallets in their back pockets. I know that. I've seen it my whole life. So have you. But they don't usually do that. They don't usually keep their wallet on them, in their pocket, or anywhere on their person when they're at home. That's like a woman, like a man carrying his wallet in his back pocket or anywhere on his person while he's at home, just hanging out, just being at home, just chilling, right? That would be the equivalent of a woman carrying her purse around the house all day long. That would be crazy. I've never done that in my life, and I hope I never will. I'm not Sophia Petrillo. From the Golden Girls. She's the only person. She's the only, not even a real person, but a character that I can think of who does that. She on the Golden Girls, she's never without her purse, or very rarely is she ever without, that purse that she carries with her wherever she goes, from room to room, from the living room to the kitchen to the lanai. She's always got her purse on her. But like that's abnormal. And Sophia has like brain damage because she had a stroke. So maybe that's why she carries her purse wherever she goes. But it makes no sense. In the real world with real people, like it makes no sense for a woman to carry her purse with her around the house, just like it wouldn't make any sense for a man to carry his wallet with him all around the house or when he's at home. So he's not going anywhere. There's all that snow outside, a huge blizzard, they're snowed in. He's not going to town. He doesn't need his wallet. Like, why is it with him? Why is it in his pocket? That never made sense to me. Never. And while we're talking, okay, so Lloyd's about to pour him his little bottle of Jack Daniels. And I always wondered, was Jack Daniels bourbon? Was it whiskey? Was it both? I don't know. But the dialogue in the script, like they specifically say the word bourbon. So to me, when they make a point of saying something, of using a word, saying it out loud, that means that's my bell. That's my signal. Like I have to pay attention to that word because it's a very specific word. The word bourbon is not like, it's not an ordinary word. You don't use it all the time. Only in a very specific context, when you're talking about liquor or when you're talking about like French royalty. That's about it. I think it's royalty. I think so. Or nobility, whatever. But that's about it. That's the only time you use the word bourbon or bourbon. Like, no. But Lloyd is pouring him a glass of, I guess, Jack Daniels bourbon. Right, and we've talked about Jack Daniels before. And here's the part where Jack... Hold on, let me look at something real quick. Hold on. Oh, he shifts. Okay, look at the perspective of Jack before the jump, before Lloyd, and then look at after when Lloyd... Okay, so we pan out, I guess. So we see more of the background. Oh, so we're seeing these couches behind him. Interesting choice, Stanley. Then we see it over. This is Lloyd's arm. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So anyway, Jack Daniels, Stanley could have chosen, and the next, like, oh my God, so many slides after this one are just focused on Jack and his wallet and, Lloyd getting the ice, getting the glass, pouring the Jack Daniels into the glass. And I told you my theory about The Shining. If you've been watching my videos, I think that the movie is not about what it looks like it's about. It is not about some like madman alcoholic dad who abuses his family and who's hurt his son like really badly in the past, and they all end up living in this hotel for months. Or not really months, like maybe a little over a month at this point in the movie, or in the story. And he loses his mind and tries to kill his family. And no, that's what it looks like the movie's about. But I have said in the past, and I will say it again, look at my videos if you want. You could easily tell from the title of the videos, like what I'm talking about in that video. I think this movie is really about the Manhattan Project and the invention and the use, the one and only time, or like the two times, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, that the atomic bomb was ever used. It was created by all those people like, okay, Oppenheimer and Leslie Groves and Richard Feynman and like all those characters, right? And like that's what this movie is about. I've already expressed to you in prior videos, Room 237 is really a nuclear reactor. It's the place where, Room 237, like symbolically, it represents the place where they take raw, like uranium, and do whatever they need to do to it to turn it into neptunium and then turn the neptunium into plutonium. And that's why it's room 237, because the atomic mass of neptunium like the in-between product between uranium and plutonium. The atomic mass of neptunium is 237. Okay, and that hexagonal carpet pattern outside of room 237, that is a representation of a skill that one needs to know in order to be able to do that to uranium, turning it into neptunium and into then plutonium beta decay. That's the carpet pattern. The hexagons are a representation of organic chemistry. Okay. So here we are in the gold room. Here we are in the bar, at the bar, and Lloyd is pouring Jack, none other than a bottle of Jack Daniels. And Stanley, if he wanted to have Jack drink bourbon, he could have chosen any liquor. There's other brands of bourbon. There are, but no, he chose the most iconic one, at least in the United States, Jack Daniels, and the label on a bottle of Jack Daniels reads, let me see if I can find a good shot of it. It doesn't matter, but like everybody knows Jack Daniels. And the label on Jack Daniels reads, Jack Daniels Tennessee Whiskey Old No. 7. And I've said this in videos before. Jack is the son, Danny or Daniel is the father. So Jack Torrance, Danny Torrance, and then the liquor itself is the spirit. So the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. And we were talking about the Holy of Holies like a little while ago, the Sanctum Sanctorum, right? So the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. What is that usually known as? That's known as the Trinity. Usually the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And what is something that is very closely associated, that is a big part of the episode, the whole story of the Manhattan Project and the invention of the atomic bomb, the Trinity test. Okay? The Trinity test. Jack, Danny, and the alcohol itself, the spirit. The Trinity. And then Oppenheimer talked about, what effect that had on him in that infamous interview where he looks like he's real spaced out. But, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's not just Jack Daniels, Jack's the Father, and Danny is the Son, and whatever, and the Holy Spirit, and the Trinity. It's also Tennessee whiskey. Okay, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, that place, that location played a big role in the Manhattan Project and the invention of the atomic bomb, and of course, Old No. 7. I don't if I knew, I forgot why Old No. 7 is written on the bottle of Jack Daniels. I'm not sure. If I knew, I'm not sure anymore. But I told you the number 7 is extremely important in the Kubrickian universe. In Kubrickology, number 7 is extremely important. Number 7 is the weapon. I've talked about it in past videos. You can find them. Search my channel. Number 7 is the weapon. The Zayin. The weapon. Again, the Hebrew letter, the 7th, by the way, the 7th letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Zayin. The letter itself, when it's written out, the letter Zayin looks an awful lot like a number 7 and or an axe. And again, the word Zayin in Hebrew means weapon, but if you take it back, farther back into the past, like Phoenician or even Egyptian, I think the word, or Zayin, doesn't just mean weapon, it means specifically axe. And the axe plays a huge role in this movie. We haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna. Okay. So what, that's my theory, that's my conclusion. What weapon is he referring to? The number 7, the Zayin, the axe. What is the axe symbolic of? The atomic bomb itself. And by the way, I told you guys, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about temple architecture and all kinds of stuff. So the axe is used to bust into the apartment. Later on in the movie, we'll get there eventually. Jack busts through the front door of their apartment, and then he busts through the bathroom door. That's that famous scene. I can't think of a more iconic scene in the history of cinema, or one of them, in at least in American cinema. Jack Nicholson and playing Jack Torrance busting through the bathroom door in their apartment in the Overlook Hotel. Okay? Like, and what is he trying to do? Never mind like what's really going on, like underneath it all or whatever, but like what is Jack trying to do? Why is he trying to bust through that door? We're led to believe, again, you can't believe everything you see in this movie. It's just maybe what you see is what you see, but it means something else, right? He's trying to get to Wendy and Danny to, from the looks of it, murder them. Okay. He's trying to murder his wife and his child, his son. Now, if I'm not mistaken, oh God, it's been a while, you guys, and I read so much that everything gets mixed together in my head like a great big, like, salad. Like, like all kinds of ingredients all mixed together, and that's a mess already. And then you pour in the dressing and you keep mixing, and then it's a wet mess. That's what happens inside my brain, inside my mind, when I read all this stuff, and it kind of like I forget that I read stuff, but like somewhere in the back of my mind, I am aware that I once saw it or once read about it or whatever. He's trying to kill his wife and his child. And I was talking about the temple and like sacred architecture, temple architecture. And like when I was researching like just temple architecture, whether it was like Jewish, Greek, Roman, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, it didn't matter. Like they all have a very similar structure and a very similar purpose. Okay? But it hit me like when I was looking at temple architecture, and somehow, I don't know how this happened, but like so one of the links that I clicked on led me to Leonard Nimoy's book, Shekinah. And I was like, wait a minute. And if you've never seen it, go ahead and take a look at it. It's, Leonard Nimoy was a photographer too. And it's a very pretty woman, posed with these items that have to do with Jewish worship and faith, the things that are usually worn by men, but he puts them on a pretty nude woman. And I was like, wait a minute, Leonard, Spock, what are you doing? What are you trying to say? Shekinah, from my understanding, Shekinah is wherever God shows up. Okay? And there's like a couple of different situations or contexts or prerequisites for God to show up. And he named this book and these photographs of this pretty nude woman Shekinah. And I said, wait a minute, Leonard, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about women? What are you trying to say about the presence of God? And God, in the context of the temple and the Ark of the Covenant, that's where God shows up. And I'm just saying shows up to keep it simple. But like, that's where God's presence is it happens. That's where Shekinah happens, in the temple, in the Holy of Holies. Like on top of the lid of the Ark of the Covenant, between those two wings of the cherubim wings. And I'm like kind of like trying to figure it out. Like, is Leonard Nimoy trying to tell us something? Or was, when he was making his photographs in his book, what was he trying to tell us something about the presence of God? And where there's another place where the presence of God happens, maybe in a woman's body. Maybe a woman's body is a temple. That's where God, makes an appearance. That's where life comes from, right? A woman's body, the uterus, and maybe like as far as the female anatomy, maybe the uterus is the Holy of Holies. Maybe that's where God shows up too. Like, that's where the baby develops and everything. Um, I have to think about it some more, and I have to like refine it some more. But, and like, here's Jack, this awful man, the way he's presented to us now, and he's trying to kill his wife and the mother of his child and the child itself. Like, that's, and he's using the axe, the weapon, the Zion, the number 7, the atomic bomb to do it. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? I must know. I need to refine this. I need to think about it for a little longer, but that's where I'm at right now. Like, that's what I've been reading about and thinking about. If I got something wrong historically or factually or in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. I don't like being wrong, and I have no problem being corrected. You know, I have no problem if somebody, hears what I have to say and said, no, she got that completely wrong. Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, like, help me be right. Correct me. Not the way that Jack tries to correct Wendy in this movie. No. But like, correct me, inform me. I don't want to be ignorant. So tell me if I got it wrong and where I got it wrong and how I got it wrong. I'm very okay with that. But anyway, and then this money issue. I need to think about this $60, two 20s and two 10s. This is weird. And why does it have to be two 20s and two 10s? Why couldn't it be 6 10s? Why couldn't it be 12 $5 bills? Like, why did it have to be two 20s and two 10s? Exactly. Why couldn't it be 60 like $1 bills? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, why does it have to be two 20s and two 10s? Very interesting. And he said until April. Wait a minute. I thought the Overlook Hotel was closed until like at least May 1st. Maybe even a little bit like deeper into the month of May. What the hell? April. See, this is mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, Stanley has given us yet another puzzle to solve. Oh Lord. Mm-mm. No. Anyway, and so he's looking at his wallet. He's a little light. Okay. All right, you deadbeat. Um coming to a bar with no money. Like, what are you thinking, Jack? But once again, why does he have his wallet on him at all? And if he does have his wallet on him, it makes sense for there to be no money in there. Where is he going to spend it in this hotel? There's no stores. If he needs any food, it's in the kitchen. I assume they brought like a truckload of cigarettes with them when they got there, you know. And Ullman said, if you want a drink. I think this is what he said during closing day, during the tour. He said, look, if you want a drink, you're going to have to bring it in yourself because we're not going to give it to you for insurance purposes. Okay. So here he is, this is the part where he says, I'm a little light. Okay, and then Lloyd says, oh yeah, your credit's fine here. Oh, look at his face. My God. My goodness. My goodness. Wow. Again, this man's face is just everything. And it's lit in a way so that it looks absolutely terrifying. You would never want to see Lloyd just sneak up on you randomly anywhere. No. Okay, we're coming back to Jack. Okay. Oh, see the difference? This is before Lloyd. This is after Lloyd. His face is just working overtime in this. And there, it's a close-up. We're closer to his face again. Okay. Ah, yeah. There he goes, wagging his head again. Oh, my God. Yeah, and this is where he tells him he's the best bartender from Timbuktu to Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or Portland, Oregon, for that matter. Again, he's doing a lot in this scene. Why is he being so theatrical? Look at this. Look at the difference between this and this. Wow. I can't get over it. He's working his eyebrows, he's working his forehead, he's working his, his cheeks, his nose, his lips, his teeth, his chin. Everything is engaged on Jack Nicholson's face for this scene. It's incredible. My God. Okay. There he is again. Portland, Oregon. Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon. Okay. All right. There it is. There's those teeth again. Oh my God. Okay, and they were winding down. Now he's gonna take his little drinky drink. Okay. He hasn't taken a sip yet, has he? No, I don't think so. And that's it. That's my last slide. I don't think. Yeah, he hasn't. I'm looking over the slides again. He hasn't taken a drink yet. He hasn't taken a drink yet, where he gets like that look on his face after he takes the drink. But that's it. That is it, you guys. I am running up on 2 hours. And like that's my usual, that's my normal when I make these videos. I've made them more than 2 hours. If you're new to the channel, which I doubt it, I'm not getting very many subscribers lately. But okay, that's it. I think I mentioned everything I wanted to mention. If I think of, I mean, between now and the next time I make a video about this, the next time I do Understanding the Shining, and I'm just going back to the script to show you, the next time I do Understanding the Shining, the last time I did it was, ooh, what the hell? Holy moly, 9 months ago. Wow. Yeah, my life has been, 9 months ago was March. 9 months, it's the 12th month now. So 12 minus 9 is 3. 9 months ago was March. Holy moly. I've been busy. I'll try to do another one sooner. I hope I won't wait 9 months. I've had a heck of a year. Y'all, I need stability. I need stability. I need something I can like hold fast to. But never mind. But I've done this. I've talked about this. And like I told you, this is who reminds me of Jack Torrance. I can't wait to hear your comments about this. But do you see it, or is it just me? You know, I'm not. I don't know. Like one day it just hit me. Like no, this character, the Anton Chigurh character, to me it looks like he's based on Jack Torrance, at least visually, maybe in other ways too. I don't know. But you guys tell me, okay? Do you see it? Do you see it? And that's it. I'm basically done. I'm not going to take up much more of your time than 2 hours. Like that's enough. I hope you enjoyed the coffee. I hope you enjoyed this segment, this episode of Understanding the Shining. This is part 22. Okay. I had a pretty okay time doing this. I hope you guys had a pretty okay time listening to me, having your coffee or whatever other beverage, kicking back, listening to me, or getting something done while listening to me. My friends have been telling me I must do a podcast, and oh, if any of you like know anything about that or how to do it right or how to do it well, if any of you know how to get me like, more subscribers and how to promote my videos and get the word out about what I'm doing. This is a labor of love. It always has been, it always will be. But yes, I would like a little bit of recognition for it. I know I do a lot. Maybe that's why it takes me so long, or it's taken me so long this year to churn out. Like the few videos I have this year, I've been so busy with work and with life and with everything. But like, if you know about podcasts, tell me about them. I kind of want to get into that. So that's that. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great one. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great holiday season. And if I don't make a video before then, great Happy New Year. And that's that. Hopefully I'll make another video between now and the new year, maybe after the holidays are over, but before the new year, we shall see. But I wish you all the best, especially my regulars, the ones that have been riding with me for a good long time. You guys are extremely special, and I appreciate you a great deal. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to stop talking now. So until next time, everybody. Until next time, I don't know when that's going to be, but until next time, when I find yet another reason to talk at you, I'm going to go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.